am Colossus from Russia.
Damn, Chris. Damn, Chris.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Mac, back with another video. Today we've got the Sideshow premium format exclusive Colossus to unbox. Pretty excited to get this thing unboxed and see what it looks like. If you're new to the channel, make sure you give me a like and make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing opened up and see what it's looking like. All right, guys, so we got the art box out of the shipper, and the box is pretty cool. It's got Colossus on the front. You have his name right here going down the side, and that steel type look. It's got like this burgundy type maroon color on it. Matches his color, or the color of his costume, and you have him on the side there, the rest of him, and then a little bit kind of a metal type design here on the side. And then you have the XMEN, or his XMEN logo, and then on the box, the top part, you have the XMEN logo there as well. So the box is pretty nice. During the inspection process of the box, I found it's got a little bit of damage here on the side here, if you guys can see, and some damage here on the top. It also goes right here. So hopefully everything on the inside's okay, but it does look like somebody elbow dropped this box. So I'll go ahead and move on to the next part. All right, guys, so we got the styrofoam out of the art box, so we gotta go ahead and get this thing opened up here. Last video I didn't get a chance to do my coveted knife action, so guess what I get to do? All right, guys. So we have Colossus's body right here. A couple of the arms. It's a pretty big fist. And this is one of the pieces to the base, the rubble. Reminiscent to the Juggernaut base, or pieces that are on the Juggernaut piece. And this is his head sculpt. Very cool. And this is the exclusive Lockheed. The other pieces are just rubble on the base, so let me go ahead and pull out the base. And that has got some heft to it, and be careful when pulling that out because I just jabbed my finger with one of these little spiky pieces. But this base definitely has some heft to it, so but that's a very cool base. And there's the picture on the bottom, 466 out of 750. Let's go ahead and pull this body out for measure. Size comparison there. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything else out and put it on the table here, and we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so we got the body out and all the extra pieces and the exclusive Lockheed over here and the base. So let's go ahead and start assembling this guy. So it starts with, I believe it doesn't come with any instructions to how to put it together, but we're gonna go ahead and put the shrapnel pieces in first. So we'll start with this little one. So it has a little key here and it fits in right here, like so. We'll go with this second piece here. And that goes in there. And then the bigger piece, key here, and that fits down here. Pretty nice magnets that hold those in. Okay, and next up is the body. So his foot pegs in right here, and then the other foot just kind of rests back here. So there's the key and peg. And there's the body. Next we have his arms. His right arm. Pretty nice fit. And then next we have his head sculpt. And then lastly is the exclusive, which is Lockheed. And Lockheed doesn't key in, but there's a magnet, like I believe right here, and he sits right on the back of his shoulder there, just like that. And he's not going anywhere. I'm actually applying a little bit of force there to pull that up, and it takes a little bit, so you can have peace of mind knowing that that's not going to go anywhere. And that is the Colossus premium format exclusive all put together. So I'm going to take some time like I normally do and look over the piece, see if I see any flaws, and come back with a full review for you guys. All right, on to the review portion of this statue unboxing and review. I'm going to start off by first saying that this is a Daniel Bell masterpiece as far as sculpting goes and just motion of this piece. Daniel Bell did a really good job capturing the muscle movement in motion on this piece, just down to like the small details, which I'll go over here with you. But just kind of like you can see, like his leg here is kind of ready and positioned to come forward, and you can see all the inner workings of his quads there coming forward, and now this one is completely loaded on this mace or big ball of spikes, but you can kind of see like the muscle definition there, showing the forceful motion of it actually crushing down on this here. So that's very cool, and very good job, Daniel Bell. So also nods to my man Tim for pointing that out on the DCX live unboxing. They did a 5-way Colossus unboxing on the show a few nights ago or last night. So big shout out to them. Go check out DCX when you guys get a chance. All right, so starting off from the bottom, this base follows the line of the X-Men statues. So it has the Danger Room base. It has like the same colors with the dark black and like grayish, and then the light blue that's coming through the floors. And then you can see the damage coming through on the floor from this mace ball. I don't know what to call it, but you can see the crumbling, the effects right here, and the damage coming through the side, and that's very, very cool. And it also has a little nod. If you look back here, you can see the Wolverine claws coming through right there. So that's a very cool nod to Wolverine. But these like little shrapnel pieces are into the base. They did that very well, sculpted it in so you can't actually see. It actually looks like it doesn't come apart, or they're not actually different pieces. But I think that's done very well, and you can see it's like follows the line of the statues too, where it's just kind of beat up and just kind of bent, and detail there on the side. Same with the bigger piece right here. And then the little piece has the same thing. So very, very cool base. And it is, like I said, it was quite heavy, and I have a feeling it's mainly because of this big ball mace thing. All right, so on to his body. His foot is rested right here on the side. I think it has a little bit of a gap, but I'm not too worried about that. So that's okay. It's got treads on the bottom. Everybody knows I like treads. So you can see the leather in his boot showing that it's got movement going up, and it's crinkling, where you can go up the front. Very cool effect there. And then his right boot is stomping down on this mace here. And then you can see the leather and the effects going through that. And then you can see, like I was stating before, the musculature in the legs, showing movement and forcefulness coming throughout the piece. And then the back on his shorts or underwear, it's done very well. It looks good. It's got a little bit of detail there on the inside, so you can see it's got a little bit of different color there to insinuate where his cheeks would be. But it's done very nice. And then the belt is done very well too. I like the colors and the overall paint apps on this. There are a couple of blemishes that I'll point out to you guys here that I noticed. But other than that, I think the paint job in this is done very well, and it has a very, very cool paint scheme on it. And another nod to my man, Tim. You notice there, when his fists are clenched, he's got that little muscle there that is indented in. Same over here. So another nod to Daniel Bell's phenomenal sculpting skills. And then I'm really digging his gauntlets and just the way that looks. And then everything about this pose-wise. His arms, his biceps, his triceps are done very well. His back is muscular, massive. Definitely didn't skip any back days. It's got really low hanging lats, which are very cool. Same on this side, musculature. It follows the left arm, traps, biceps on point, and then on his abdomen there, you have his obliques and his abs that is sculpted very well. Even with this piece not being like a actual like anatomy of like somebody that's painted just like with flesh, they did a really good job with that, going through showing the metal aspects, and you can still see the human anatomy going throughout it. And then his chest is done very well. And then we're on to that head sculpt, which is probably face wise, I think it's very cool and one of my favorite aspects of this piece, because they did his eyes like, I can't really explain to you, but it's got like this like kind of little bit of shine there. Hopefully you guys can pick it up on camera. But they did that very, very well, and that's one of my favorite things about this piece. When it comes to this piece and the one that comes from XM, I know the XM one is a little bit more action posed, but I ended up liking this one just a little bit more, just due to it fits with the rest of the line, I think, a little bit more. But head sculpt is done very well. His ears are done well. I like how they got all this. I mean, you've just down to the detail there, to the metal workings and everything, going from his neck all the way up to his face. He's got that very strong jawline. The scowl on his face is done very well, and he's got that Colossus fade that looks awesome. Maybe get my hair cut like that one of these days. But the exclusive is, of course, Lockheed, and Lockheed is done very well. It's got the little glistening mouth on the inside, and you can see his teeth. He's got this little yellow eyes, and he's got that purple, kind of grayish tint to him in certain parts of him, but he's done very well, and he is very, very delicate, so just want to be careful when picking him up, because I thought I came very close to breaking those wings off, but he's a pretty cool add-on. Is it a exclusive or fail? Not really. If you didn't need him, then you could, of course, not get the exclusive, which I think now is on waitlist. So, but getting the regular version of this piece is perfectly fine. So, now going on to where I was talking about blemishes. So I'll start at the bottom. If you guys can pick it up right here, I had a little bit of a kind of a paint or scratch right here. I tried to rub that off so you can see if that would come off, and it's still there. So not that big of a deal, but there's some other pieces here, like on his back of his thigh here. There's a little blemish there, and there's one on the side of his quad here. And then there is one right on his abdomen area right here, where you can see that little bit of paint bleed or blemish. I'm not exactly sure what that is, so I'll contact Sideshow, see if there's, I guess maybe, I'd really love to not have to send the entire statue back, but if they have another body, I think that would be ideal. So let me go ahead and pull down another one of the X-Men or villains. I'll probably pull out Rogue, and I'll probably pull down Juggernaut to show you guys the size difference between them all. All right, guys, so I went ahead and pulled out Juggernaut, the Maquette, the Rogue premium format, and of course we already had the Colossus out, so kind of give you guys a size comparison on what he looks like next to the two of these. I have unboxing and reviews on the Juggernaut and the Rogue, which I'll throw up here in the corner here, so you guys can check those out if you haven't seen them before. But this is just for you collectors to want to know how he kind of sizes up next to these guys. So very fantastic looking, follows the line, like I said. And also he is on a little bit of a turntable, so he's up a little bit higher. So actually he sits a little bit lower, maybe about an inch from what he looks like right here. All right, so I wanted to show you guys, I pulled out all the X-Men statues that I had that had the Danger Room type base. So Juggernaut has his Danger Room base on the front half, and then the back half has the wooded part. And then Colossus's base has the Danger Room effect here, as you guys have seen in the earlier part of the video. And here's Rogue's base, Danger Room effect, the silver and the green effect, and the bluish lights coming throughout the bottom of the base. But that's all three of the Danger Room pieces that I have currently. So I have the X-23 and the Wolverine, but they're on the Sentinel hands. They're not really comparison to the rest of them. I know they're the X-Men line, but they're not on the Danger Room basis, so I wanted to show you guys these. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video. My overall impressions of this piece is that to me it's a 9 out of 10. It's not perfect due to the blemishes and everything, but it's gonna get a max score of 9 out of 10. So anybody that's on the fence about picking this up, I definitely would, even if it's just the regular version. If you have the exclusive, I think you're gonna be in for a treat. So statue's awesome. Daniel Bell did a great job once again. I jumped on this piece too kind of late myself, but luckily I was able to snag the exclusive. But you know, I'm very happy that it is in the collection. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to check out this video. We're approaching 3,000 subs, so I'm pretty excited for that. So I appreciate you guys subbing up to the channel and supporting the channel. Hopefully everybody is safe out there. Stay tuned to the next part of the video where I do some up close shots of the piece itself, and I have the music in the background. So if you guys like the sounds you guys hear, you can definitely hear them turned up in the next part like I do in all the rest of my videos. So once again, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I am Colossus from Russia.
Damn, Chris. Damn, Chris.